Hi there everyone, welcome to Fingers, Thumbs and Fits, and today we will be continuing our playthrough of the Trial of Tyranny campaign for Dungeon Saga Origins. And today's mission is mission number 5, Dureg's Room. So this is the state of our party as we came out of the end of the previous mission. Everybody has some equipment that's kind of fairly useful. Madriga has a chainmail shirt. Danor has the legendary Dinlaf's Amulet of Warding. Orlaf has the legendary Cuirass of Dureg. And Rawdin has some Thief's Shoes. But that's not all. Everybody also has some upgrades. Madriga has Merchant's Favour. And Orlaf has Local Renown, which both help in the endgame sequence when we're looking to buy stuff from the merchants. In addition, Orlaf also has Athletic Dash, which allows him to move an extra couple of spaces before or after an action. Danor has Unbound Spell, which will allow him to take an additional spell. Rawdin has Well Drilled, which allows him to modify the value of one of his dice, up or down. So useful abilities there. And when it comes to coffers, we have a measly 10 gold left over from the previous mission. I think that's because we bought the chainmail shirt. So yeah, we're going to have to try and loot as much stuff as we can going into this next one. So, on that note, without any further ado, let's dive into the dungeon.
This area feels different. Despite being covered in years of dust and dirt, decorative pictures and ornate heirlooms still rest upon the walls. With a vaulted ceiling and more expansive elaborate corridors ahead, it certainly looks like the heroes have entered a section of Dureg's royal chambers. If anywhere, this is where the map would be stored. Why that Lord Dureg is here is another question.
Okie dokie. So, here we are. We're on another 3-tile map. This one's slightly askew. But I'm not going to go into what's going on with this just yet. I remember to put the mood card down though, but as we all know, I will definitely forget to pay any attention to it. So anyway, let's get on with it, shall we? We've got our heroes are up here. We've got ourselves a Skelly Archer and a Skeleton Warrior here. Skeleton Warrior here. And an Archer and a Warrior over here. We've got 3 doors and a trap. I've shuffled the traps and the traps are up here. And I've shuffled the exploration cards. So what are we going to do? Well, I think we need to take out that lone Skelly first. So Olaf is going to deal with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's deal with the Skelly. He gets his 5 dice. With a Skeleton Warrior, I believe I need 3s. I can't remember what their stats are because I am useless. Right, yes, 3s. Speaking of useless, am I going to use his Frenzy right off the bat? Yes, I am, because that was quite frankly just ridiculous. Well, that was a waste of Frenzy as well, wasn't it? Okay, that's not great. So, now whether or not I can get Rawdin's Thief's Shoes off, let's find out, shall we? I can. Oops, sorry, excuse me for a moment. So I can. So he can move 6. So he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, actually, he can go there because he can't move forwards. You'd have to stop in the front arc, so which you can't do on top of Olaf. So, Rawdin is going to attack the Skelly. The Skelly is now at -1 armour, so he needs 2s because the Skelly is outnumbered. Well, that's all of them, and the Skelly can't withstand that, so bye-bye Skelly. Okay. Madrigar, I think, is going to try and take out that archer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn it. No, she's not. She's just going to stay here. And Daniel's just going to move up as well. Right, okay. If I put Madrigal like this. Okay. Although, I mean, okay, anyway, that's my plan, but it's not necessarily worked. What's going to happen is, furthest away is going to be this Skelly. Oh, actually, that should have gone. See, I told you, because I attacked the Skelly, but I didn't kill it. So there should have been interrupts. But, well, there's nothing on the board, so there can't be any interrupts. Anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this Skelly will move out and shoot Olaf in the face, which is not good for anyone. Skeleton Archer. I'm going to put him down there for the moment. Skeleton Archer has 3 dice, and he's got +1 armour now, so the Skeleton Archer needs 4s. He's got 2 there. And Olaf soaked it. Cool beans. So, Skelly Warrior here. 1, 2, 3, 4 to get away from being double teamed. He's going to attack Olaf. Warrior has 2 combat dice, needing 4s. And Olaf needs to roll that, which he does. Cool. Okay. And finally, this last archer is going to shoot Olaf as well. We're not in the rear, so at least I don't think so. Shooting them in the side doesn't count as being in the rear. Yeah, no, it's only the 3 behind it. I thought so. Sorry, just had to look that up quickly. Okay, so Skelly Archer once again. Somewhat better. And finally he does take a wound from it. So Olaf is down 1 wound. Oh, there is one thing that I forgot to mention, actually. In the intro, I mentioned that Danor has an additional spell. I've picked a petty magic spell, and I've given him Crippling Blow, which is kind of a bit like Crushing Depths, aside from it does damage as well. The reduction isn't as great, but it's still better than nothing. So that's his additional unbound spell. So we're back to us. Olaf is going to take a swing at the Skelly standing in front of him. Because, I mean, why wouldn't you, right? That's a Skeleton Warrior, so I need 3s. Again, the Skelly can't defend that. So, redeeming himself somewhat. Rawdin is going to come here and take this Skelly out. Actually, Athletic Dash quickly with Olaf. I'm going to get him actually out of the way of that archer. I'm going to put him there. Right, so yes, so now Rawdin comes over here. He's going to attack that Skelly. Again needing 3s. All of them. That's Skelly's turn to paste. Madrigal's going to come down here and shoot that skeleton archer. This one. Needing 2s. Yep. Again, can't resist that. Later's archer. And Danor is actually just going to move around the corner. Hang on. 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, actually, he's going to come up here. The lone skeleton archer can't get to Danor, or can't, won't be able to be in range to see him because Rawdon's in the way. So the archer's just going to shoot Rawdon then. Now Rawdon is also defense 3 now, so 4s for the dwarf and none of them. He's not bothered about undead arrows. What is a bother though is the fact that Rawdon's going to trip this trap. So he's going to move on to that space, and it is a trap. So what trap is it? It is a gas trap, which is roll a dice if it's equal to or less than their current armor value. Right, okay. So 3s or less. Nope, he takes a wound. Okay. Rawdon. Okay, so his turn ends there. Can remove that trap counter now. Not so much of a problem. I figured he'd be able to take that really, but anyway. Madrigal is going to move up here and shoot that skeleton archer. Well, all the 4s will do it. That skeleton warrior has fallen apart. Okay. Come on, Captain Lucky. Search this corridor. See what you can find. Do I really want to know? Well, as always, we have a marauding monster. Now, this mission has a selection. I can either have a skeleton warrior or a skeleton archer. As Danor's quite squishy, we're going to go for a skeleton warrior who just sort of rises up over here, I'd guess, and will just walk in to attack Danor. So let's do that. The warrior needing 2s. Well, that's kind of only just. He's obviously not fully awakened to his new necromantic unlife because Danor soaks it. And do we get another one? We do. This one I will actually pop down as a skeleton archer. Okay, so next one to act is Olaf. So he's probably going to have to come save his squishy wizard friend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, he can get up there, which is nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, Danor. Okay. There has been a bit of a complaint, these models do look nice, Danor and Olaf, but yeah, their weapons do get in the way sometimes. I still quite like them. It's not too much of an issue. Anyway, speaking of Olaf's weapon, let's see if we can take it to this skeleton warrior's face. He has 5 dice. And he needs 2s, actually, because the warrior counts as being outnumbered. Yeah. Laters. Danor ducks, Olaf swings, Skelly falls over. Speaking of a Skelly falling over, hang on, has Madrigal acted? Yeah, Rawdon took the trap, Madrigal killed the archer, Danor summoned the monsters, Olaf killed one of them, so it's now the Overlord's turn. So, well, I guess that archer's shooting Danor then. Needing 2s. Well, Danor can't actually defend that. So, Danor's taking a point of damage. Let's, right, back to us. We'll send Orlaf to deal with that archer, I think, rather than Madriga. 1, 2, 3. Needing 2s. Wow. Well, I mean, that's enough. Squishy archer is squishy. He can actually come after that. He can move back over here using athletic dash. So that's what he's going to do. What's next? We have... Oh dear, what are we going to do? Well, we can open one of the doors. I mean, could open both of them, really. Let's move Danor out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. He can come over here. Madriga's going to open this door here. 1, 2, 3. She's going to open the door. And so what's in this room? We have another door, which we like to see. We have a skeleton archer. No, sorry, a skeleton warrior. And we have a bookcase. So what was that? Was that 3? Where was she? She was here. Here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I mean, she may as well go here, 5, and shoot that skeleton warrior. Needing 3s. Wow, getting none of them. Is Rodin going to join her in that room? Well, he can't get up there. So no, he's going to come over here and open this door. So 1, 2. And in this room, we have another bookcase up over here. Guarding that bookcase is a ghost. So 2, 3, 4. Let's have Rodin try and discorporate this ghost. Ghosties, I believe, have a defense of 3. They do indeed. So I need 4s. So I've got 2 of them. They have a combat dice of 3. Alas, that is not enough. Actually, Rodin's well drilled, isn't he? I'm going to remember this time. I'm going to make that one a 5. So, that's 2 damage. That ghost has been discorporated. Nice. Abilities coming into effect here. I think it's only Rodin and Orlaf that have on-board abilities. Yeah, athletic dash and well drilled. Okay. So, this is where we are now then. And again, there should have been an interrupt, and it would have happened as well. But the interrupt would have been this Skelly coming up to attack Madriga, which would have happened anyway, I guess. So nothing really else going on. Skelly attacking Madrigal, needing 3s. Madrigal defending. Yeah. This is what happens, Marky boy. So he would have got an interrupt token, so he wouldn't have been able to do anything this round anyway. So that would have played out as the interrupt or not. So what are we going to do now then? There's no other door leading out this room that Rawdin's in, so he's going to search it. There is a rule for this room. I draw and resolve 1 exploration card as normal. So what does the dwarf find? Great. We'll come to that in a minute, because Rawdin does also he finds a strange key. Don't quite know what it's for yet, but I guess we'll find out later on down the line. However, what we do find is a skeleton warrior. The essence of that ghost evidently just inhabited some piles of bones that were on the floor. So Rawdin is going to get hit unexpectedly by a skeleton, needing 4s. Defending against that, which he does nicely. That's his turn over now then. Do we find another? Is there another one in here? Nope. That's good. Olaf is going to come in and help Madrigal. 1, 2, 3. And is actually hitting him in the back and is outnumbered. So hitting him in the back will take his defense down, but his stats can't go any lower anyway. So I'm hitting on 2s. All of them. So yep, that Skelly's gone. And now Madrigal is going to investigate this room. Let's see if I've shuffled all the marauding monster cards up the top again, shall we? Of course. So I guess that Skelly just reinvigorates itself and takes another swipe at Madrigal. Whilst we're there, is there another one? Yes, there is. Which again will be an archer over in this corner. Couple of piles of bones in that corner. Right, Skelly Bobs on Madrigal. Needing 3s. Yeah, I mean, she wasn't going to have a armor of 3, I don't think. And she didn't save it, so she's taken another wound. Do you know what? I'm very, very, very unlucky with my exploration cards in this whole campaign, really. I found next to no gold throughout the whole thing. I keep getting attacked by marauding monsters. I don't like it. This exploration deck is weighted against me, even though I shuffled it. It's ridiculous. It really is. But let's not dwell on that. We'll carry on. The only other person to act is Danor, and he's not going to get involved in any of these fights. So he's just going to advance towards that middle door. He's not going to open it because, you know, he's not silly. He's just unlucky. So, I mean, may as well call him Rincewind, I think. No, maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Okay, so Overlord's turn. We've got some attacks going on. Let's go in the order that we just did it, I guess. So that Skelly is attacking Rawdin. against a necromancer's better judgment. He got a hit in. Of course, that's being changed to a 5. So no damage, and I am going to double check that if I can do it in any of my dice rolls. Yes, I thought so. Right, I just wanted to double check that. So it can be fight, it can be defense. Yes, right, okay. This one is going to be attacking Madrigal. So let's do that. Needing 3s. Madrigal defends. Close, but no. So she takes another point of damage. Right, Madrigal's hurting. Maybe Danor should do something about one of these. Because now this archer, a skeleton archer, is mindless. So we're close. Target closest. Okay, well it will attack Olaf then. I was thinking maybe it might attack Madrigal, but it won't. It's going to attack Olaf. So 3 dice against Olaf, hit him. Technically, actually hitting him in the back. Needing 4s though, so you've got a good chance to save this, which he does. That's a good roll from Olaf there. And I think that's it. So, yeah, we're going to see if we can do something about this. We are going to attack that skelly with Olaf. It's now outnumbered, as was his predecessor. So needing 2s. Skelly can't defend that. Dead Skelly. Madrigal is going to come over here and shoot the archer. Yes, because what's going to happen here, actually, let's move her back. Before she does that, Olaf is going to use his athletic dash after that fight. It's actually going to move back 1 space and in the front arc of the skelly, which means it can't shoot, it's got to attack Olaf. So Olaf is still protecting Madrigal, but Madrigal's going to move over there and shoot the skelly. Needing 2s. Yep, doesn't defend that. It's too busy trying to fend off Olaf. So we have ourselves a dead skeleton archer. So Danor, in fact, doesn't need to do anything. Lordin, now, on the other hand, is going to attack this skelly in front of him. There's only 2 have gone through. Right, well that bounces off of the 6, and that bounces off of the, that doesn't do anything anyway, well it bounces off of the 3. So yep, that skelly is dead. Just had a bit of a brain freeze there in how to calculate combat resolution. I do apologise. Okay, so Danor is going to cast Healing Spring. He's going to use his focus feat. So he doesn't spend the spell, but he's going to use Healing Spring. It doesn't need to be, the target doesn't need to be visible, and target recovers 2 health. So he's going to cast it on Madrigal. So Madrigal's not hurting as much, and so everybody now has only taken 1 wound, which is alright. Madrigal was kind of quite hurting just now. So, Overlord's turn. There are no enemies on the board, So, spawn point. The first one of the game, half an hour into the mission. That's not been seen thus far. But anyway, okay. What are we going to do? Olaf is going to open this door. And what does he find beyond this door? He finds another door. And that is pretty much it. So that's 1, 2, 3. He is going to search the room. How's Olaf's luck? He found a battle potion. Okay. Now he can move another 2. So what he's going to do is he's going to move 1 and use 1 more of that space to open a door. Now, this is where things get a little bit tricky because there's an interesting mechanic. Well, I say interesting. There's an irritating mechanic with this map, whereby as soon as you open one of the doors on this map, on this tile, this door doesn't count as one. What happens is that this whole tile decides it's going to start rotating, and it rotates at the start of each subsequent round. So after the Overlord's turn, I should do that, but there's no enemies on the board, so that doesn't matter. Yeah, so at the end of the Overlord's turn, before I get to do anything, this tile and everything on it will be rotated based on a table I have here, which when I roll the dice, I will put up on screen. But yeah, so we can ignore that for the moment though, because right now we need to see what's in this room. And in the centre of this room is our good friends, the well that may not be a well. And either side of it, sorry, not either side of it, on the other side of it, are a couple of zombies who I think are kind of quite confused as to why they're there. And there is another door on the far side. So, oh, and there's one here as well. Okay, so we're going to have to... okay, Madrigal's going to join Olaf in this room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She can go there and then she can shoot one of those zombies. So she's going to give that a go. She doesn't count as shooting over that well from where she is. Most of that zombie is visible, I think. So the zombies are squishy. We need 2s, of course. But of course she flubs a couple. Obviously feeling the ground moving a little bit. She's a little bit unstable, losing her footing. And the zombie soaks both of them. So now we know what that tile is going to do and what's in that room. We can just sort of game it a little bit, and we're just going to move Danor onto the tile. So 1, 2, 3. And Rawdin, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can he join Danor on the tile? No. So the party is going to be split up. The zombies However, are not going to move. They're kind of going to sort of stay where they are, I think. Can they get into combat? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, they can get, one of them can get into combat with Olaf, actually. So yeah, he will do. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll be trying to attack around the door. But, yeah. So that that zombie's going to attack Olaf. And is unsuccessful because obviously there's a door in the way. Well, a door frame in the way. So, it's back to us then. Which means, okay, let's rotate this tile. We need to check the table. We need to roll a dice. And it's a 3, which means we rotate it clockwise once. Everybody is incredibly unsure about anything that's going on. And now Rawdin's found himself at a dead end. It's like, where's that door gone? However, one thing about this rotating is that now that Olaf and Madriga are over there, there is in fact actually a door here. I will say though, unfortunately, it doesn't matter how many times they try and rattle the door or try and bust through it, it is in fact locked. So we're going to have to get Rawdin up over there because he has a key. So we'll see if that fits. So he's going to have to backtrack and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Can he move an extra 2? No. Oh, it does say any of his rolls. So I might change that to a 4 actually and just go 1, 2. Danor is kind of in a dead end at the moment. He can't really do an awful lot. I think ideally we do need to get him into that room, but only once everything's been cleared out. Oh lordy, this is confusing. But alright, what we're going to do first is we're going to smack that zombie with Olaf. We'll come to orientations in a minute. 2s. That's not a dead zombie. That's infuriating. That means we're going to have to attack the zombie with Madriga. That's better. It can't defend that one. Right, so she's going to move into the room. Olaf couldn't have because the zombie was still in the way. Right, Danor is in fact actually going to move in. He's going to go 1, open the door. 2, 3, and he's going to cast a spell at the zombie. Let's just get rid of that zombie. We'll cast Burn on it, I think. It's got a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, he's just in range. So 4 dice attack on the zombie. Let's see. Right, well that soaks that one, but that bounces off that. So it's still 2 damage, so the zombie is still taken out. So that's nice. So this room is now clear, which means interrupts. Yes, I know. Okay, would that zombie have done any damage to Olaf if he'd have interrupted? Needing 4s, no. So there you go, that was the zombies interrupt. Let's move Rawdin. Can I get him onto that tile? 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, if he can utilise his boots, he'll be able to. No, not this turn. So he's just going to move anyway then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hang on. No, he's not. Just yet, because we have an Overlord turn where we have a spawn point, and we also need to see what this room's doing. 6 is no rotation, so it stays where it is. For now he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and have a bookcase fall on him, but he's a hardy dwarf, he can deal with that. He can be a support for the bookcase. He didn't even notice it happened. Just swatted away a bookcase as if he thought it was a fly landing on him or something. Okay, so we still need to get Rawdin up into that room. Danor is going to search this central room. There is something in this room. It's a secret passage. And behind this secret passage is a treasure chest. But there should have been another enemy in that room, which I'm going to put in this room, but allowed to take a free turn. Well, actually, it would have already attacked something. So it is in fact actually an armoured zombie, and I completely didn't realise. I didn't see it. So the armoured zombie would ordinarily be placed here, but we're going to move him here, and again, like I said, he can have a free turn because he would have had one last turn anyway, so he's going to hit Madrigal. So armoured zombie, this is my cock up, so I'm paying for it. I think that's fair. Armoured zombie rolls 3 dice. Needing 3s, yep. Madrigal also rolls 3 dice. She takes 1. So I think actually, instead of searching that room, which he wouldn't have been able to do, I've just realised, but again, that's a bit of a cock up. He would have cast a spell at that zombie, but we're just going to have Olaf come in swinging. You might think I'm making this up as I go along, but I'm trying to mitigate for mistakes here. They will be made, I do apologise. That was a genuine mistake, I honestly didn't see it. So we'll try and work around it. Anyway, Olaf is going to hit this armoured zombie. It's already stabbed Madrigal with a rusty sword. However, armoured zombies have a defense of 3, so I need 4s. I mean, 3 6s is pretty good. Can the armoured zombie defend that? Hopefully not. It doesn't. Okay, thankfully that threat has been taken care of. We've moved Rawdin already, so it's now back to the Overlord's turn. Oh, hang on, do we summon a monster for that secret passage? On a 1, yes we do. So another armoured skeleton, well, not armoured skeleton, another skeleton warrior. Or shall I make it an archer? Oh, excuse me, I am losing my voice for some reason. I will make it an archer. It's a bit squishier, but so 1, 2, 3, 4. This Skelly is immensely confused because it just popped into existence and it doesn't quite know where it is. The other archer is going to shoot Madrigal. I am still paying for my crimes until the end of this turn. Which I am. She's taken another wound. Right, okay. So, what's this room doing now then? This room on a 4 or 5 is rotate clockwise twice. So we go, oh, let's move that door for the moment. We go 1 and then 2. And that is not helping the party whatsoever because there is no door. Oh, there should be a door there. Why didn't I put it down? There should be a door there because there should be a door on every side because otherwise it's a bit unfair if they get stuck there. But yeah, there should be a door there. So now Lordin is going to come in. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can he run? Nope. So that's where he's staying. Madrigal is going to shoot the archer. I think that's the most sensible thing to do. Dead archer, almost all the 5s. That's what you get for shooting her. Now Olaf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can move 2 before performing an action, so 6, 7. He's going to explore this room, as it has a treasure chest in it. May or may not be a good thing, because I may just get 2 marauding monster cards, which, knowing my luck, I probably will. So the first one, stash of gold. It's 50 gold for Olaf. Does he take damage though? On a score of 2 or less, he takes a point of damage. Yes, he's had some poisonous mushrooms blow up in his face. Okay, and the second one is a monster, because of course it is. So we'll stick a skelly next to him. And then do we get another one? Of course we do. That one will again probably be an archer, and that one can go there. Will come out of the door. So anyways, this skelly is attacking Olaf and is not successful. Danor is not going to do anything. Well, he's going to move away because then he's not eligible to be attacked by the archer. So Overlord's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. The archer's attacking Madrigal. Needing 3s. Come on, Madrigal, you can defend this. You're an elf. Do some dancing or something. Where's your nimble agility? What is going on? Madrigal has fallen over, which is not good. Right, which is not going well for us. The other remaining skeleton is now attacking Olaf. That one doesn't go through. And he doesn't defend it either, so he's taken another wound. Uh-oh, he's very near to falling over as well. We need to deal with all of this very quickly. I did want to have Rodin try and open that door. I guess I could get Daniel to open the door, but let's just see actually what happens first, because the room is going to do something before I take my turn. Rotate clockwise twice again. So, 1, 2. Okay. I don't like this mechanic at all. Is it worth me? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Well, Rawdon can at least get into that room. Can he run? Yay, this time. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are now opening this door. For better or for worse. What is in? So the key's been used. It fitted and it worked. So what the hell is going on in this room? This is a very strange looking room. Part of the ceiling has collapsed. There. We have another door here. We have a treasure chest, which is always nice to see. Over here. We have a trap. Here. And standing next to the trap are 2 skeleton warriors. And there are no other doors in that room. Okay. Oh, there's something else as well. It's not just 2 skeleton warriors. There's a third one. Right. Well, this is perplexing. So Rawdin's opened that door. Okay, right. Danor is going to use crippling blow against the archer. See, the archer suffers a 3 dice attack, needing 2s. That's all of them. Doesn't withstand it. So that archer is taken care of. And now Danor is going to retreat into this room with Olaf. No, that's not Olaf, that's Gordon. Actually, no, he's not. Because this room might rotate again. Oh, I hate this. So he's actually going to move into the middle of the room-ish. Olaf, in the meantime, is going to try and dispatch that skelly that's giving him hassle. All of them. See you later, Skelly. He then takes 2 movement, 1, 2, for his athletic dash. And is he going to move? He is going to move, but he's going to move over here. So he's also sort of vaguely in the middle of the room. Madriga has to use her thingy token, and she stands up. Right, we're going to have to be very careful with the elf now. Overlord's turn. Well, this Skelly at the moment can't do anything. He can get onto the tile, but he'd be stuck in a room. which if it rotates could leave him at a dead end. So he's going to stay there for the moment. Well, he's going to move up to the door, maybe at least. Then we'll see what happens. These skellies are all going to move towards Rawdin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. He can stay there. Okay. Well, we've cleared out this tile at least anyway. So, what is this room going to do? 6 doesn't turn, which is nice. So that means I just realised that the skeletons that were in that room, and when I set it up, you couldn't see. But now that this room's not rotating, that skeleton down the bottom's a little bit inconsequential because it can't do anything. So we'll move this up. So yeah, there you go. You can see how I've set that room up now. That's where we're going to be heading. So everybody now needs to head out to that room. With a bit of tactical moving, Rawdin is going to go 1, 2, 3, and is going to attack that Skelly Bob. Yeah. And attack that Skelly Bob he does. Can Olaf get up there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He can... he can get up next to Olaf, Rawdin for sure. Question is, does he want to right now? He is hurting. Right, Danor is in fact actually, we're going to do him first. Danor's going to heal Olaf using Healing Spring. It's the second time he's used that now. So Olaf gets 2 health back. Danor's going to move into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to come over here. Now, he's not in any threat from the Skellies because they'd stop as soon as they move in contact with Rawdin. So, what we're going to do, Madriga is going to move over here and shoot through the door. See if we can take out a Skelly. We'll go for the one with the sword. Yeah, so the one furthest away. The top one. Right, needing 3s. They've all hit, which means yes, she is successful. So that Skelly's gone. And now Olaf. Oh no. We could lose Madriga. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's going to come and stand here. Okay, so that's my turn done. Enemy's turn. Well, you're obviously going to go and attack Olaf, although you are outnumbered. So you can't roll any less dice to attack with. You did get 1 though. Not going to help you much though. Okay. And this guy's still going to wait here because he can't go anywhere right now. Still a little bit confused, as if to say, I swear there was a door there somewhere. So what does the room do? It's 3. Rotate clockwise once. Okay. I'm going to take that off there for the moment. So we have lost Madrigal for the moment. That Skelly still can't do anything. It's that door, wasn't it? It's there. Now technically, now that we've opened that door, that door's like that, we should be able to see what's in that room. Which we can. So no monsters. But there is a treasure chest, bizarrely enough. Over here. So, can Madrigal get over there? She's not going to be able to get into the room with the other guys. So, we're going to have her move into the middle of this room. Just to see what happens when this room spins round again. We're going to have Olaf attack the Skelly. And there's a reason for this. Needing twos because the Skelly's outnumbered. All of them, so the Skelly's gone. And he's now going to do his move. Does he, can he move a little bit further? Not this turn, he can't. So he's moving 4. We'll go towards this door. 1, 2, 3, 4, because where else are we going to go? Olaf is going to move back into this room, search it, upon he finds a healing potion, which is nice. He could have done with that earlier, and a battle potion, and now using his athletic dash is going to come back into this room. See, method in my madness there. Danor is going to move up and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Search this room. But before he can get to the treasure chest, he senses something mystical and spins round. For there is a secret passage. Wherein there is, we are spoilt for choice here, yet another treasure chest, but unfortunately it's guarded by a ghost. Oh, and there's a cave in there as well. Okay, so that's the state of us at the moment. This guy still can't do anything. I mean, I could move him onto that tile, just in case it does spin round and he can... yeah, you know what? That's what he's going to do. Because he might be able to attack should it spin round to that top tile. Which, I mean, it's been rotating twice thus far, so... Oh, and do we get a marauding monster for the secret passage? No, it's only on a 1. Right, so our marauding also would have triggered that trap, I've just realised. Is it a trap? It is a trap. What kind of trap is it? It's a falling rocks trap. So equal to or greater than their movement value. So he moves at 4, so 5 or 6, 4, 5 or 6 he takes damage, which of course he does. Okay, well, I mean, Olaf's got a healing potion that he can give him, so no biggie there really. I mean, there we go. Right, so we're all up to date again. However, this room's going to rotate again now, which I don't like the idea of. What's the room going to do? Oh no, it's the I haven't moved the ghost, have I? The ghost moves 3, and it can move through walls. 1, 2, 3. So ghost just comes through the wall and is bearing down on Danor, who does not like the idea of that too much, if he's perfectly honest. Right, now we've got to see what this room does. It's a 3, so it's rotate clockwise once. So yeah, that Skelly can now do something. He's not going to do anything just yet, but he can do something. See, this is what I probably should have done a couple of turns ago. And again, that Skelly would have been dead by now if I had of, so... Right, Madrigal's getting incredibly disorientated here. Olaf is going to deal with this Skelly. He's going to come down here and just basically smack it in the face. It's been alive way too long. Also, oh, this is going to be tricky with spawn points now, isn't it? Because I'm supposed to, when I move onto a tile, move a spawn point onto it, but this tile keeps moving. Well, we'll come to that when we come to it. I might just forsake that. We've been okay for enemies thus far. So it might just be when all of the characters are up on that top tile. Well, look at that. But we're all right. So the Skelly's gone. And we're going to try and make it a little bit easier for Madrigal to... Oh no, because now Olaf might... Is it worth Madrigal opening that door? Can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But even if she doesn't, even if Olaf opens a door for her, she still won't make it off the tile. So I might as well just wait and see what it does next turn. Yeah, we're going to move Olaf. After that, he's going to move back onto this tile. 1, 2. Rawdin's going to come and have a go at the ghost. Needing 4s. Whoops. That's not too great. Oh, hang on. No, we can turn that one into a 4. Which we will do. Six one, 6 another. Yeah, that ghost is still there, but it can't do anything. Right now, I mean, Danor could cast another spell at it. Don't know if he wants to though. He's used tripling blow. Okay. No, I think Danor is actually just going to just move away. Also, the ghost is going to interrupt anyway, because the bottom card, see, I remembered this time, is a marauding monster. So it's going to attack Rawdin anyway. I mean, it kind of pretty much made my decision for me. Although Rawdin saved it, so it doesn't use an interrupt token. Right. So it's now the Overlord's turn. The ghost attacks Rawdin again. A similar result. Except this time, oh no, Rawdin is going to change that one to a 6. So, yep, with a similar result. So no damage to the dwarf, which is handy because he's kind of moderately hurting. Right. What does this room do? It's a 4. Rotate clockwise twice. 2. Okay, well this room's... Madrigal's closer to this room now, which is nice. So, on the subject of Madrigal, I think she's going to have to leave this room because I've forgotten which one it was now. I mean, this shouldn't have been rotating this long, actually, to be fair. When I opened one of those treasure chests, it should have stopped. It doesn't matter. It's just been dragging on. I'll stop rotating it when I leave, which is now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Madrigal is going to stand behind Olaf and shoot a ghost. Hold up. She can't because the rocks are in the way. So, okay. But she's off the tile now. This tile is now not going to rotate anymore. It should have stopped it a while back, but I just forgot. It was this room, in fact, actually, when I first discovered it and then realised, hang on a minute, there was an armoured zombie there, and I kind of forgot. But oh well. It just means we kind of dragged it on for a couple more turns than we needed to, but it's okay. I guess this means Rawdin is going to take another swing at the ghost then. That's going to become 3. Well, that's not going to help him, actually. So those 2 don't go through anyway. So he's going to turn that into a 5 instead. Which, again, hasn't helped. So Olaf is going to have to come and lend a hand. 1, 2, 3. How effective are axes against ghosts? The ghost is now at -1 dice because it's outnumbered. Which is good because Olaf was the one to discorporate it. And now, well, seeing as how Dan was standing next to the treasure chest, he might as well take a look and see what's in it. There was a monster in it, along with another monster. See, I mean, right, do you know what? I'm going to take all the marauding monster cards out in the next game, I swear. Okay, so Skeleton Warrior turns up first. Do we get another one for that one? We do. So we're going to put him next to Rawdin. And then let's resolve that Skelly on Danor. Needing 2s. Danor soaked 1, but not the other one. So Danor's taken another wound. That additional one doesn't attack. But there's another marauding monster, which is on Danor. And do we get another one? No. So Danor is in a bit of trouble. Danor's stats can't get any worse. So it still needs 2s. He soaked that one though. He can fend off 2 skellies, just not 1, bizarrely enough. I think Rawdin is, I mean, you know, you could have put the Skelly behind Olaf, but it wasn't going to attack him anyway, so it didn't matter where he went, and Rawdin would have smacked it in the face anyway. The Skelly doesn't count as being outnumbered because Olaf is facing away from it. So 3s. He's going to change one of them to a 5, why not? Just as well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, there we go. So 2 damage, Skelly gone. Olaf is going to ignore the plight of Danor at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, he's going to search this room. And what does Olaf find? He finds nothing. But under the nothing, he finds this. What? Right, I think Mantic are just messing with me at this point now. I mean, they just put way too many marauding monster cards in this deck. In my copy only, I swear. So that Skelly attacks Olaf. And doesn't do anything. Do we find another one though? No. Right, Madrigal is going to shoot one of those Skellies in the back. As it's a back attack, we'll do the nearest one, this one. As it's a back attack, it's at -1. It can't be -1 dice, so it's -1 armor. So it needs 2s. All of them, which means it can't withstand it, defend it. Why do I keep saying withstand? It's weird. Danor now. Oh, actually, Madrigal is going to move before Danor does anything. 1, 2, 3, 4. Danor is in fact actually going to be a bit brave and just try and smack the Skelly in the face. He doesn't really want to do an awful lot more. So, needing 3s. Got them both. It has potential. It very much has potential. Danor did in fact actually, Squishy Mage, punch a Skelly to undeath again. It's a re-death, shall we say. Is that Olaf's turn then? No, because he unveiled that Skelly, didn't he? Yes. Excuse me. And that he shouldn't have been aggressive. The mood that was like for one of the previous turns. Okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie. So it's back to me then. Olaf is going to take on that Skelly. That one doesn't hit either. Did I only just rolled? There we go. Right, I only rolled 4 dice. Skelly's dead again. He's going to move out 2 for athletic dash, so that's after the action, and then he's going to make his normal move of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to come over here. 4. Hang on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can't get. Yeah, he can't get close to Danor, so Danor's just going to come over here. He's going to take Olaf's healing potion. He's going to take a battle potion off of him as well, so you're going to swap those 2 items. But Danor's going to use the healing potion right off the bat. So Danor now has a battle potion, Olaf has a battle potion. 1, 2, 3, hang on. Oh, well, we'll just go there. 3. Can't remember if that was 4 or not. Can he run? No. So it's Madrigal that's opening the door then. 1. What's in this room? Lordy. We know what that means when I say that. We have a zombie. We have another zombie. We have Granddaddy Zombie. And we have a portal? I know, right? But this now comes up over here. Incidentally. Now, where does that portal lead? I think Madrigal is going to go and find out. So that was one. Can she get there without being in the front arc of an enemy though? No. She can't. She's going to move away from the door. Okay. So, Emily. That would have been the last turn anyway, so, I mean, there's nothing to interrupt. This first zombie can see Rawdin, so he's going to move and attack him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, he can. So he's going to go here and attack Rawdin. 4s. No problem for the dwarf. Now that he's in combat, this one's going to move up. 1, 2, 3. With the swarm rule. Would that one have... No, it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, they're both the same distance away. I'm going to put this one here. It's less of a headache. But it rolls 3 dice this time, needing 4s. None of them. And that armoured zombie isn't going to do it. Well, it's going to stand in front of the door. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, he can move up to there. So, back to me. Madrigal's going to shoot the zombie closest to her, as it's trying to attack Rawdin. All of them go through, all of them hit, so that zombie is no more. Rawdin is going to attack the next one that he's in combat with. Let's make that one a 3. Well, saved one. Didn't save the other one. It's a good thing I did turn it into a 3 because that zombie is now gone. Now, Danor, is he going to use Crushing Depths on him? I didn't have that much of an issue, actually, after attacking. He's going to move next to the armoured zombie. So no, Danor's not going to do anything. Olaf's going to come over. In fact, actually, he'd stop there in the front arc of the zombie. We're having a bit of a melee here. A bit of a ruckus, a bit of a brawl, a bit of a to-do. Fracas. In which case, Barbarian's in his element. He does need 4s, however, though. He gets 3 of them. A 4, a 5 and a 6. Can this armoured zombie defend it? Let's hope not. No, it can't. See, what was I worried about? These armoured zombies are not as tough as the previous ones. Maybe that necromantic magic doesn't extend strongly down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What time is it? It's unlucky time. Oh no! Danor has found a bag of gold. So it's 25 gold to Danor. There's a hidden mechanism thing that unlocks a door, but there aren't any that are locked that are kind of in our way. So that's pointless. So that's nothing really. He found that without any consequence, which is nice for Danor. So that's a total of 75 gold that we've collected in this dungeon. Right, so shall we investigate that portal, I think. Let's send Rawdin in there first. He's hurting a little bit, but he's, you know, still quite tough. So let's see what happens. Actually, we need to spawn something first before we take my turn, don't we? Hi, Skilly. Bye, Skilly. 1, 2, 3. Now, where does this portal lead us? It does in fact actually lead us here. 4. Actually, we'll put it in there. So what is in this room? We have our final trap, because of course we do. We have a door. And we have a brace of skellies guarding the door. Okay, so is there anything else in this room? There is not. So at least we found out what's on the other side of that collapsed ceiling then. So Olaf, actually Madrigal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, before she does anything, leave her there for a moment. Before she does anything, can Rawdin move again? No. So she is going to go there, and she's going to shoot that skeleton with the axe. Wow. Okay. She does not. She's a bit disorientated coming out of the portal. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to need... Oh no, hang on. 5, 6, 7. Actually, no, he's going to go there. And Danor's going to move in. 1, 2, 3. He's just going to go there 4. So we're now all up on the top tile. Can I zoom in on that? I can. Look at that. Right. As we know, we do have a skelly and a spawn point at the bottom there. We can see them actually. So we're all good. We're all good. Danor's got his head chopped off a little bit, but that's fine as we make our way down. Come on, camera, behave. There we go. That's a little bit better, I guess. Okay, there we go. We've got it all in. So it's now the enemy's turn. There should have been an interrupt. Can any of them make it over to any of them though? 1, 2, well yeah, obviously this guy can. He would have interrupted and probably attacked Rawdin anyway. I mean, he soaked it. So, okay, so now that Skelly's attacking Rawdin again. Didn't soak it this time. Uh-oh, Rawdin's hurting. Rawdin hurting. That sounded better in my head, actually. And this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's just going to follow them into the room, wonder why they're not in there. Right, so we're going to do a Madrigal shooting the Skelly with the axe. Actually, no. Rawdin's going to attack the Skelly that attacked him first. That's all of them. No, it's not. If I make that 3, yeah, then that's all of them. Because I can, because of... Hi guys, sorry about that. I really don't know what happened there. One of my cameras just decided to stop working for no reason. I know I usually like to cut every half an hour for technological reasons, but this one, it was just an unknown error. So I do apologise. So as you can see, I've decided that I would clean up the table a little bit as well. to make things a little bit less complicated, and you know, we've got a bit of a zoomed in view of the board. So let's get back to where we were then, shall we? I believe I rolled some dice. I'm going to do it again. Rawdin was attacking the Skelly, wasn't he? So I'm going to do it again. I don't know if you saw me roll these dice or not, so let's roll these dice. That's going to become 3. So all 3 of those hit. The Skelly can't resist that actually, so the Skelly's dead. Okay. Now what we're going to do, well, Rawdin's just going to move up 1 to there. Madrigar. Oh, I've done this the wrong way round now. Anyway, Madrigar's going to shoot the other one. Still a bit disoriented from her moving through the portal by the looks of it. Yep. So it looks like it's going to have to be on Olaf. Skelly's at -1 defense because he's outnumbered. So 2s, all of them. And as is tradition, Olaf makes a skeleton coloured paste out of his enemy. Danor, come on then. We know what he's going to do. Oh, he's found some gold. 25 gold, in fact, actually. He doesn't know his own luck. Right, this is another one of those hidden mechanism doors. So we will roll that to see if that happens. On a 2 or more? Oh no, 2 or less. Okay, so no. The hidden mechanism does not open. So we're going to have to do it manually, which is fine. Olaf's just probably going to bust the door down or something. So enemy turn. What we're going to do with this Skelly down here, I know I've taken the tile away from here, but you remember there was a room there that had a portal in it. 1, 2, he's basically going to be in this room, and next turn he's going to appear over there. I think that's, yeah, over here. So I think that's a fair way to do it. So now it's back to me again then. Rawdin, as always, is going to trip this trap. And it is a trap. Do we know what kind of trap it is? Yes, we do. It's a rocks trap, which means it's the equal to or greater than their movement value. So on a 4, 5 or 6, he takes a point of damage. Of course he does, which means that's his final point of damage, actually. So Rawdin has actually fallen over. That's unfortunate. But, I mean, he can come back again next turn. What we need to do right now, though, is move away from that portal. I mean, I know that a skeleton's about to come through it. These guys don't. But they do need to keep moving forwards anyway. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we want to open the door? Yes, of course we do. Because it's the last door on the tile. What is in here? Well, what is in here indeed? What we have in here is a skeleton warrior, a skeleton archer, there is actually a table in the middle of the room as well, there. Oh no, he should be back 1. Wasn't looking at where the wall was. We have as well, unfortunately, a dwarf revenant and we have the undead dwarf lord Dureg himself, I believe. Now, this is our first boss, and bosses have their own stat card. So, he's got a movement of 4, a combat of 4, a range of 0, a defense of 4. He's got an ancient foe special rule. He's got 5 health like the rest of the heroes. And he works somewhat differently to the rest of the minions when using AI, and that is because we use a... where's it gone? Boss initiative card. So this basically determines when the boss attacks or when the boss acts rather, and the type that he has modifies the roll that we make on the initiative card. So he was mindless, which if we look at the mindless card at the top there, it says boss initiative +2. So every time I make an initiative roll for the boss, I add 2 to it. So that pretty much means that he will never act last, which is unfortunate. However, we also have opened the door, so we're aggressive now. Now, bosses will only activate during an interrupt if they score a 5+ result for boss initiative. So basically, that means that if an interrupt is going to happen, which it is, on a 5 or more, it's the boss that interrupts, which it is. So before anybody else can do anything, the boss is moving mindless. He's close. He's got a movement of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He can engage Madrigal, so that's what he's going to do. So he can get over to here. Now, our objective is to defeat this undead dwarf lord and those other 3 enemies in the room. So, well, we need to protect Madrigal for a start. The dwarf lord is going to attack Madrigal. We all know how dwarves and elves don't get along. So this was going to happen, wasn't it? Our dwarf lord has a combat score of 4, and he needs 3s to attack Madrigal. Well, all of them. She can't actually resist that because she's only got a combat of 3. So she takes a point of damage. Now, bosses also, like heroes, only suffer 1 point of damage irrespective of how many hits are scored. So I need to do at least 5 hits in 5 separate attacks in order to take this boss down, which is now going to be tricky because Madrigal is standing right in the way. So I think Orlaf is probably the best bet next to go. Do you know what, actually? We're going to go with a bit of Danor action. First, where was he? He was there. What? Right, okay, yeah, we are. We're going to go with a bit of Danor action. He can go there. We're going to cast Flame Bolt, which is a visible 5 dice attack. So let's see if we can cause some damage off the bat. I've just realised something as well. He needs an interrupt token. That means he can't act again this turn, which is nice. Now we're going to use his Magus ability because it means I can re-roll one of these dice. I'm going to re-roll one of the ones, I may as well. That still hasn't helped. I need 5s. I mean, it's still better than nothing, but it's still not great. And he soaks 1, but he still takes a point of damage. So, nice. We've started. Apologies, I don't know what's going on with my camera there. It's falling over a little bit. And we're back. Right. So, Danor did some damage to the boss. Now I think Olaf is going to charge in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, Rawdon. Oh, hang on. No, we've got another interrupt before that. So we're going to actually interrupt with this skelly. That is if there is an interrupt at the bottom, which there is. Well, this is where these interrupts start getting lethal. That skelly's moved up and is going to attack Madriga through the door. She is outnumbered. Needing 3s, they both hit. Her chainmail shirt will allow her to re-roll one of these, so I will do. Which means that she's okay. Cool. I fear for her now though, because if she breaks away, all of the opposing models will take a smack at her. So, right. Olaf is now moving. Didn't do any damage, so I don't use an interrupt token. This is getting tense. Don't bring an elf into a dwarf tomb. Yes, Olaf is now attacking the boss. He wants some of this guy. So, I still need 5s though. This is a tough old dwarf. I get 2. He doesn't have anything that gives him any additional bonuses, which is unfortunate. But that soaks that. All the rest bounce off. He still does do a point of damage. And I've been ignoring the special rule here. Do I need to re-roll that? On a 5 or 6, let's look at his rules again. When anything's fighting him on a 5 or 6, the hero rolls 1 fewer combat dice, so I might need to re-roll that. Let's just see if I get the 5 or 6. I don't, so no, that still stands, and so yes, he has taken another point. That is fine. Okay, so enemy turn. Our skelly reappears here. That skelly through the doorway is going to attack Madriga. It does. Oh, I should have rolled one less dice for the last one. We can re-roll that one, come on 5 or 6. Nope, she takes another point of damage. Uh-oh. She has 1 point of damage left. So she may as well go down in a blaze of glory, eh? That archer can't really do much, and this dwarf's just moving up to the door. So actually, I'm going to come down here. Rawdon's going to stand up. He can't do anything else this turn. He trades in his revive token. Danor is going to come down here, and he's going to use Tsunami, which is a spell that I generally don't tend to use because it's generally not too useful, but in this instance it actually is. All monsters within 2 squares of the caster are moved 2 squares away from them as long as there is room. The casting player chooses how they move and the order. No free strikes are made. So, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So all 3 of those enemies are within range. So move 2 squares back. 1, 2, 1, 2. And the Dwarf Lord is going through the door. 1, 2. That's been spent. So Madriga is now free to kind of run away and lick her wounds, which hopefully she'll be able to do by going 1, 2, 3. She's going to go here and hopefully can at least take off that skelly behind us. Oh, she is hurting. She is hurting. She hasn't used Sure Shot yet, so she's going to use that. Right, there we go. Hopefully. Yes, she is successful. So that skelly has been taken out. Now, our only issue now is how are we going to deal with the rest of this. Olaf, he is going to use his battle potion, which gives him the +2 dice, so he gets his +1. So he's rolling 6 dice, and he's going to engage the Dwarf Lord. He's going to come up over here and engage the Dwarf Lord. So he's rolling 6 dice, needing 5s. One. That is not great, Olaf. But the dwarf didn't save it. So the dwarf is now down to his last wound. Can Rawdin... 1, 2, 3, 4. He's getting, quite frankly, fed up with this dungeon. Finish his ancient ancestor. He is going to attack. Do you know what, actually? At the start of that turn, he was standing next to Danor. He's going to take Danor's battle potion and then use that. Because Danor had one from earlier. So, yeah, he's going to use Danor's battle potion. 6 dice. The dwarf is at -1 dice because he's outnumbered. Now, so I still need 5s though. None. Really. 3 2s and 3 4s. That is unfortunate. Okay, well none of these guys can get through. Oh, she's moved. He's done. He pushed them away. She got rid of the skelly. These 2 ran in here. Right. That is unfortunate. I could have done with taking him out. Right, so it's the enemy turn then. Let's see what the boss does. We're adding 2 to this. So 6, essentially. Charge. Leading from the front with a loud cry, the boss launches into an attack, activates first. Okay. So who's he going to attack? He's going to attack... the closest model, but they're both adjacent to him. So on a 1, 2, 3, it's Olaf. 4, 5, 6, it's Rawdin. It's Rawdin. So he's at -1 dice though because he's outnumbered, and he needs 4s for Rawdin. That's just typical, isn't it? I can't wound him, but he bloody well can wound me. Oh, I can save this. That soaks that one. If I turn that into a 6, which I can do with well drilled. That soaks that one, and then that soaks that one. Right, well done, Rawdin. Okay. Skelly or Dwarf? Skelly or Dwarf? What's going to attack next? Well, I think the Dwarf is probably going to be put in here. So the Dwarf's moved to engage Olaf. The Skelly now can't do anything. He's just going to move over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the Archer's going to move there and shoot Rawdin. Gets 1. But Rawdin saves it. Okay. Right, so it's back to us again then. Oh, actually, Danor, do something brave. Actually, no, for the moment, because both now the Dwarf. Oh, actually, yeah, Danor, do something brave. He's going to use Crushing Depths on the Dwarf Lord. We know what that does. Armor reduced by 2. So he's now armor 2. So I need 3s. But now Olaf's going to use his feat, which is Whirlwind. Which means he makes a separate 4 dice attack against every monster adjacent to him. Excuse me. So we're going to start with the Dwarf Lord. We're going to go 4 dice attack. Now only needing 3s. Well, that'll work. He's outnumbered. I only need to do 1 wound and then he's gone. Which I do. So the Dwarf Lord has been taken out by Olaf, which Rawdin is not happy about. But Olaf's not finished there though. He still has another dwarf to take out. So this Dwarf Revenant has an armor of 3. So I need 4s. Well, look at that. I mean, old dwarfy boy could resist it if he wanted to. Actually, he's outnumbered as well, but I mean, that doesn't matter. If I took that away, it still wouldn't do anything. It still wouldn't help. So, dwarfy boys. So, Olaf has just basically taken out all the dwarfs. Because, like Rawdin, he's also getting sick of this dungeon. So, what's next then? So, Rawdin is going to come up over here and engage this Skelly. All of them, the Skelly cannot withstand it. Rawdin's annoyed because Olaf was the one who defeated Dureg. And now Madriga, 1, 2, 3, 4. Did she? No, she didn't have anything to attack this turn. She's going to come over here and she's going to try and take out the Archer. Needing 2s. All of them dead Archer. Wow. Well, that was a flurry of attacks at the end of there, wasn't it? So, that's that. However, there's no end phase at this juncture, as this goes directly into the next mission. I can't go back to camp and buy any equipment. And also, in the next mission, I don't have any revive tokens. So, this is basically, I guess, us fighting our way back out again. After fighting our way in. All I can do is experience, really. Danor and Olaf, against all odds, get 2 experience. Whereas Rawdin and Madriga only get 1. Which means Madriga's got 5. Danor's got 2. Olaf has 2, and Rawdin has 4. So before we end, let's just have a quick look at the boons. So Madriga has 5. She is going to get, I think, yes, she's going to get Eagle Eye, which is basically her special ability, Sure Shot, but she can use it all the time. So for 5 experience, she's going to get Eagle Eye. I mean, it would make sense, wouldn't it? So that's all of her experience used up. Danor hasn't got enough to get anything. Olaf hasn't got enough to get anything. Rawdin does. He's actually going to get Athletic Dash as well, which kind of renders his thief's shoes a bit redundant now. So he may take them off and leave them in the dungeon. So thief's shoes are being left as Rawdin has figured out how to actually run quicker on his own. Now, join me for the next adventure where I have to fight my way out of this dungeon. It's getting tense, it's getting dramatic, it's getting difficult. So I hope you'll join me for that one. And until then, keep on adventuring, look after yourselves, and goodbye. I'd also like to give a shout out to my friends at the Nerd Hut in Ipswich. They have a great range of all things nerdy and gaming, so if you ever happen to be in the area, drop in and say hi and see what they've got available.